The weather here is nice. So they say that in Guatemala, they pretty much get spring-like weather pretty much the entire year. So it's like just a good time to come anytime.
Welcome back to my channel. We just left Antigua, Guatemala, which you can catch that vlog in the link below. Today, we're embarking on an exciting adventure as we explore the beautiful and culturally rich city of Guatemala City. Get ready to immerse yourself in its history, stunning architecture, and warm hospitality. Let's dive right in with this 1-hour drive from Antigua. Don't mind the Christmas decorations, as we had made this trip during the week of Thanksgiving back in the States. You know what? I'm all for it because it reminds me of my teenage years at the mall over the holidays. We got here to Guatemala City a little late, so we're here at the Oakland Mall looking for a place to eat because usually malls have food courts. Yeah, this mall has a lot of shops that you may be familiar with. I saw like an Apple store that's a reseller or authorized reseller. I saw Lacoste over there. I saw Zara, Bath and Body Works. Sorry, I haven't shopped there in a long time. There was a Tommy Hilfiger, Ralph Lauren. So they pretty much have everything here in Guatemala City, including this decent food court. When traveling, you can always count on the food court for a place to eat. We ordered food from a stand called Pollo Brujo, or witch chicken. We got the papa asado con pollo, a burrito, and arroz con leche cheesecake, which was a unique combination of two popular desserts. You can't go to a mall and not shop. My husband is really into board games. Okay, so we went to the mall, and for once, you actually got something and I didn't.
It was the only game they had in English.
The next morning, we grabbed a traditional Guatemalan breakfast, including eggs, plantains, and beans at the Hilton Garden in Guatemala City, where we were staying. Now that we're finished with our desayuno buffet, it's time to head out to the city to explore what it has to offer. They have Uber in Guatemala City, so we ordered one to make that 45-minute drive into the heart of the city. Although we were only about 2 miles away, there's a lot of traffic like in any capital city, so it took a while to get to our destination. We're going to spend the rest of this vlog in the heart of Guatemala City, surrounded by captivating landmarks and a bustling atmosphere. Our first stop is a historic center where the city's colonial past comes alive.
So we're going to start our tour of Guatemala City here in front of the National Palace of Culture. This green building is sometimes known as the Big Guacamole because it was originally made out of copper, but then it oxidized. Very similar to our Statue of Liberty, which was originally copper, but it looks green from afar, or actually right now. Looking beyond these barriers, this is the Plaza de la Constitucion, or Constitutional Square, or Central Park. It's an area right in front of the Cathedral. Usually there's a lot more shops and things catered to tourists and locals, but it seems like today they're building some stuff for the holidays. Here we have the Cathedral of Guatemala City, which has been around since the early 1800s.
Now is a good time to donate our spare change. I always feel obliged to make some sort of contribution whenever we enter an establishment for free. Think of it as good karma. The interior of the cathedral is magnificent, and there are old masterwork pieces of art hanging on the walls. It's almost like an art museum.
If you can read the sign up there, it says Portal de Comercio, or this was like the commercial center. This area, there used to be a lot of stores selling shoes and other fine goods, and today they still are selling stuff, and lots of stuff,
including zapatos or shoes. Here we are walking along it. Just around the corner is the Paseo de la Sexta, Walk of the Six. or 6th Street. It's a pedestrian street with lots of stores and restaurants. Off to the side, I could hear a marimba being played on the streets. No, it's not a jukebox, but I wanted to throw a few coins in to support these musicians.
And over here is the Paseo Isenena. Paseo Isenena. And so this is a place where they play games on the streets, like chess. We're a little too early because it's not even noon, but they are setting up tables. So who knows, maybe later today there'll be a bunch of chess players. Oh wow, I haven't seen a Payless shoe source in a long time. They don't have those in America, but I used to get my shoes there for back to school, either that or Target. And a lot of fast food places here along 6th Street. There's Subway, Pizza Hut, that all looks familiar. Look at that, this is McDonald's that features nothing but dessert. And that's called a Mikono. But I wonder if the ice cream machine breaks down as often as they do here in the States.
Not only do they have Payless here, but they have Radio Shack. I haven't seen that in like 15 years.
Oh my god.
Now that was a fun walk down memory lane of stores that used to be in existence in the US. This is San Francisco. No, I don't mean San Francisco, California, but San Francisco Church or Iglesia San Francisco. It's supposed to look like the one in Antigua, the San Francisco El Grande, which we did visit. It looks like it's under renovation right now, but I bet you it's gonna look fantastic after it's all done. I just love the mix of the old and the new in this part of the city. And how's this for a post office? This here is the post office building of Guatemala City. It just looks so ornate. Can't believe it's two buildings connected by a bridge. One thing I noticed on the streets were the piñatas. These were more intricately built than the ones in the US. You can find them in all sorts of characters. It almost feels like it would be a shame to swing a bat at them. And we have a Grinch piñata just in time for Christmas. Oh, and we also have a Santa piñata if you're more traditional rather than a Grinch piñata. Oh my gosh, it's the Green Power Ranger. I haven't seen that in I don't want to date myself. I'm starting to see a theme here between Antigua and Guatemala City. This is La Merced Church, just like the same one we saw in Antigua, but not as ornate. If you recall, the one in Antigua was yellow and had Spanish Baroque features. Too bad it was our last full day in Guatemala. Otherwise, I would have loved to pick up some fresh fruit to eat like we did in Antigua. I wouldn't have enough time to eat it all. Let's go shopping at the Mercado Central, or the Central Market. Inside is a labyrinth of all sorts of haberdashery for weddings, quinceañeras, and baptism. It's like a giant arts and crafts shop. You can still get some souvenir shopping done, as there are artisanal goods sold here. Whenever I travel, I like to buy a doll wearing the traditional dress of the country to gift to my mom. Looks like I had plenty of choices here.
And we're back at the same place that we started on our tour of historic Guatemala City, right in front of the Palacio Nacional, or the big guacamole.
More marimba music, and it looks like everyone is in the mood for dancing. arcades in Cardiff, Wales. Taking that arcade was a shortcut that led us back onto the Paseo de la Sexta, or 6th Street. I had seen Cafe Sol at the Oakland Mall the previous night, so now's a good time to check this chain out.
We're here on Sexta Calle at Cafe Sol, just taking a little coffee break because walking around Guatemala City got us a little tired. There was just so much to see and check out.
We ordered the Iceberg de Nutella and the Bailey's Kiss. We definitely got an energy boost from these drinks. And our next stop on our tour of Guatemala City is Museo del Ferrocarril Fegua.
Okay, so apparently these locomotives are the oldest ones here in the museum. These ones were built in 1897.
The museum has a collection of steam and diesel locomotives, passenger carriages, and other rolling stock and items connected with the railway.
So these motorbikes were used before for deliveries. Wow, these are like old school gas stations right here. I see the Shell sign. Oh, so this is first class. Oh, okay, I guess that's what they thought of as luxury back then. Okay, correction, actually this is where they used to store their luggage for first class. So a lot of TLC for all of those boxes, trunks.
We got to explore the first class passenger car.
Okay, this is very luxurious because this is made out of sheepskin and leather. We're sitting in the first class. This is the only way we could afford first class because it costs 1/8 of a cent or of $1 or something like that. Okay, I'm going to use the telefono here. Bueno. Oh, estoy bien. ¿Cómo estás? Okay, this looks really complicated. Oh, you want me to sit in the conductor seat? Okay, so as the conductor, you're going to control the speed, the lights, and the brakes. That's a really important job.
Más importante.
And meanwhile, on the other side is the train master. So that's me.
La reina.
Yeah. Yeah, so metal work was pretty dangerous. A lot of people suffocated to death. And then, yeah, that's what they wore. That was their protection. Okay, maybe if you put the hat on, that'll help. Come on, lift it up. Lift it up. Come on. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, come on. Okay, all right. Well,
What are you doing here?
okay, I'm going to lift this big metal shovel because I guess we'll do some metal work here.
Some metal work?
Yeah, I'm going to do some metal work. Okay, all right, it's arms day. Okay, it's almost like lifting a kettlebell.
I could have spent more time here, but we were only here for about an hour before they closed.
Okay, so that was a unique experience we had here at the Museo de Ferrocarril, or this train station, or this train museum.
Guatemala City is known for its vibrant markets, and we couldn't resist exploring them. Here we are in Plaza Barrios, as we navigated the bustling streets filled with locals selling an array of handicrafts, textiles, and fresh produce. The sights, sound, and aromas are simply incredible. Then it was time to catch an Uber back to the area around our hotel. Again, traffic in Guatemala City is congested, so it took about an hour to go 5 kilometers. Let's just say I could run a 5K a lot faster, but then again, we'd have to deal with the street lights. As we were heading back towards our hotel, I couldn't help but compare Guatemala City to Antigua. While Antigua had an old, historic charm to it, Guatemala City is urban and modern. Amazing how two cities about an hour apart from each other could be drastically different. This looks like the future of Guatemala City with planned neighborhoods. And for dinner, I guess we're gonna go for tacos. Maybe it's like Guatemalan style tacos. Taqueria Benito Carlos del Toro 1821 seems like a hip taco place, even if the year 1821 is in the name. Okay, for those abroad missing Thanksgiving, well, here you go. Like, it seems like American food has come out to Guatemala City. I mean, look at this. King Kong. That looks scary. How cute. We're going to kick off the meal with some sopitas. Or sopitas? Little soups. Okay, to our last night in Guatemala City.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Salud.
Salud.
So this is my last michelada in Guatemala. My favorite way to order a drink.
What a spread of tacos. We got the carnitas michoacanas and pollo norteño con queso. And in keeping with the theme of tacos, this is tacos de manzana or apple tacos. After dinner, we took a stroll back to our hotel. It's nice to have these walking streets, especially in a city as congested as Guatemala City. It's unfortunate that we only had a day and a half in Guatemala City because I could have used another day. There were other museums and Mayan ruins to visit within the city, but we simply didn't have the time. Oh well, gotta leave something for our next visit to Guatemala, as we'll sure be flying into the international airport. And that concludes our unforgettable adventure in Guatemala City. I hope you enjoyed this tour as much as I did. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your comments down below. And also check out my other videos on my trip to Antigua, Guatemala. Hasta luego, amigos!